Reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
All right. Welcome to another live stream. Happy, what is today? Thirsty Thursday. Welcome to the channel, guys. Don't forget to pound the like button, drop a comment. And always remember, I'm not a financial advisor, or damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer or any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you could lose it all. You could get wrecked. Show your support, man. Links are always in the description of YouTube. You can follow me on Kick, follow me on Twitter. Make sure if you're on Twitter, like and repost the stream, show some love, post notifications all across the board. You guys know the drill. In addition to that, right? Oh, $2.99 a month. Price of a Cambodian coffee. We should be doing a live stream tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if I want to do members only on Thursday night or Friday night. I want to ask you guys, the members out there, what do you want? Thursday, Friday nights for members only? I've got a little bit of info in the form of I could give the alpha, but not so much. But I could point you in the right direction for something I want to talk about that actually has to do with the OGWEBCHEF ecosystem. So kind of excited to tell you guys that. Show you what I'm going to be, aping into, in addition to the Remember that I'm buying, right? Because I'm betting on Remember V2, baby. Plus OGWEBCHEF on Pulsechain. I'm betting on 3D Rekt. I'm betting on the ecosystem hard. All right. I got that conviction. But before we get started, let's talk about Ethereum, guys. Let's get this. You know what? I cut the end of the cigar. Let's light it. We got to light it. This isn't like a bull market is on cigar. It's not a celebration cigar. A celebration cigar is Ethereum 5K. Pulsechain above SAC price. Pulsex above SAC price. EHEX above 10 cents, right? PHEX above 10 cents. We should have cracked this open. I did cut the end. Now, a bull market cigar, we go on Cubano. We go on with that Cuban. Let me get this going. Yeah, this will probably take a minute to get going. Yeah, I'm gonna take a minute to spark this bad boy up. See who's in the chat. Let's get it. Remember V2 and Vault for the win, right? This cigar is to make you feel a little relaxed, right? Times have been tough. Pulsechain is that leverage play on Ethereum. Now we're getting some hopium pumps, right? Now we're getting those hopium pumps. You know what it's all about, man? This altcoin season, if we go into one, it's going to fire like a bat out of hell. It really is. And I feel like ETH going to all-time high is not only on my Christmas list, and I hope it's going against my everything I've been saying. But to be honest with you, and everything I've been in this cycle relies on Ethereum doing like mega numbers. Some mega numbers has to happen for success. Ethereum right now, $3,517. It just feels good, and it's still, about $1,400 from its previous all-time high in the last cycle. But it feels good because of how wrecked it's been, right? It feels good. It feels like the beginning to a new beginning, right? To the storyline. The storyline shifting. Big things are happening behind the scenes. I don't know if a lot of you guys are paying attention, but we're going through all this rules and regulation in crypto. We're weeding out all the bad actors. Crypto is not going to allow scams to survive, especially if they've been around for a long time and they're altcoins. It's going to shift into a blue chip, like tech-based environment. Finally, I think meme tokens will have a good run, right? If you're on a meme token, you're the ultimate leverage on Ethereum. Honestly, you are. You're the ultimate leverage on Ethereum. Man, this has got to be the fattest cigar we've had in a minute. What is it, a Java? Right? Not even supposed to inhale. You're supposed to just go like alcohol, like alcohol. But for real, guys, all jokes aside, this journey, man, are we seeing what I think we're seeing? Are we finally gonna just say sayonara 3,500, sayonara 37, and go above 4K slowly but surely? We read an article yesterday in yesterday's live stream talking about it'll top out at 4,900 at the end of 2025. I was like, no, dude, don't do that. And it talks about a $15,000 Ethereum experts are saying to happen, and not until 2028. That would be the next cycle. That'd be the next cycle. I can't even keep this thing lit. It's so fast. I don't even want to keep it lit. But I take it as this learning experience for me. This crypto cycle chewed me up and spit me out. All right. I capitulated on so much stuff, sold for losses, bought the top, sold the bottoms on so many different blockchains. We're talking from like across the board too. On Tron, Pulsechain, Sonic, Base. I did a whole lot of nonsense. I should have just hold. Right? Hell, if you believe in the tech, you believe in the tech. But nothing was like tech based. Meme tokens are pump and dump. Okay? Which Ethereum is home of the memes. Ultimate leverage. Ultimate leverage position is definitely belongs to Ethereum. Now Solana, I don't know how hard Solana's gonna pump and where it's gonna take their meme tokens. But just trickling down the line when Ethereum does well, like for example, I talked about Torres yesterday. Let's take a look at Torres really quick before we get into the topic of today. Because I am banking on DeFi making a big comeback if we do, in fact, go to some all-time highs, for example, with Ethereum, and the markets start to shift, things start to move forward, okay? I'll pull myself off screen so you can see. I really believe in DeFi again. I think DeFi, the DeFi dream, the DeFi journey that I was once upon a time, where I made a lot of come-ups in the space all across the board on every chain, I think it's making a comeback. And Taurus, right? Well, let's bring this up. My first one, I made like a 20, it's worth 24 bucks now, my entry. I went with like a $20 entry in ETH. It's already 10x value at $427, right? That's one of them on this wallet, on one of my public wallets. This one's like a $12 worth 175. I've been making tours videos, right? That's why I'm getting back into the scene with the TinyX. TinyX, just like a Pulsechain, a leverage on ETH, an absolute leverage on Ethereum. Like Ethereum is needed to go up for these hard, challenging moments to pass by. But let's go take a look real quick at Pulsechain, and we're gonna lead into OGWEBCHEF and what I'm banking on. Where am I at? Took myself off screen. Where am I at? There we go. So I'm banking on DeFi. I'm on even my high risk, high reward. Like I always gotta have the risk for the biscuit scenario on Binance Smart Chain. And that's Bitness. I'm risking it for the biscuit over here on Binance Smart Chain with Bitness. And pick your poison, right? When it comes to DeFi, this has been around 2 years. I got videos on that too as well. But the sponsor of the R2R live streams and video content right now is DexFi. So I'm in DeFi over there too. Congratulations to DexFi. Don't forget, go to DexFi.com/bonds. They have now paid over $100,646 in USDC stable on base. Wow. They've accomplished a lot. APR is 74.98%. You go on base, you use your Ethereum, you mint your NFT. You get exposure to their investing strategies, right? And what they're doing is they're giving you that opportunity to let them do the work for you. You hold the NFT, you get passive income in USDC, a stable token over on base. Don't forget, go to DexFi.com/bonds. Shout out to them. Already 1.8 million plus has been invested in Ethereum and minting these. 7,240 NFTs already. Now coming back to Pulsechain, man, I believe it'll have its day. Even if Ethereum just taps across 3,700, which is Richard Hart's entry price, sacrifice entry price, average price point per ETH, it goes over this, the whole chain is going to lose its mind. So even if ETH just taps all-time high and comes down like those pros out there speculating, and it's not going to hit an all-time high of 15K until 2028, so be it. But a $5,000 Ethereum will rock and roll the entire Pulsechain with excitement. It's a whole lot of speculation going on right now with Liberty Swap, PDI, a lot of things. A lot of exciting things are taking effect right now. And things are starting to brew. But again, back to my strategy of joining DeFi right now, I'm going to bank on OGWEBCHEF. Now, OGWEBCHEF has the community vault. I have all the links, bells and whistles in the description of the video. Go to the tutorial. You may not even have to use the backup site. You can go straight into the DeFi dApp here. 2 million pulse at a time, no less, no more. Gets you 2.6 million unleashed. But go study those videos if you're not familiar with it. I am going to shout out from the top of the mountains and say DeFi is back. And now's the time to get in. So that goes down the line. We talked about Taurus briefly just a minute ago. Getting into Taurus right now. TinyX is starting to heat up because of Ethereum's progression in price, appreciation in price, right? Even Dex DeFi booming right now. You're using ETH over on base with low gas fees when ETH was super cheap. Now you got the price appreciation of ETH plus your consistency of earning yield weekly in USDC stable tokens is on your side. A lot of crazy things are starting to brew up. That's why I'm going in dApps. That's why I'm doing it before the calm, before the storm. Now, Remember Token, let me bring it up real quick. Remember Token has a special event taking place right now. And it's really one of those things where it's the big thud event that it's been going on. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt within the investors. The sentiment of it has been very poor and down because of the overall performance of Pulsechain in general because of a lot of the printers going from crazy high ROIs down to where they are today. We'll take a look at that in a second. But when people are doubting, when people are fearful, when people are angry, when people are upset, is always going to be on the dips, is always going to be at the bottoms. The bottom of a chart is the nastiest time in any cryptocurrency investment. You will go through hell and back, all right? And that's why Titanx and Pulsechain tie in so closely together, not only because of their leverage position on Ethereum and hoping and wishing and waiting for Ethereum to do something so that they both begin to take off, right? But because the bottoms have been the nastiest time to be a part of these communities. The communities get divided, people fight, people get upset, people walk away, people capitulate, people sell. And I know a lot of people who are hardcore Remember holders, big bag holders, out there that are buying. I know a lot that are stacking and DCing. I know a lot that are selling it too, right? A lot of mixed emotion. But the ultimate punishment that I learned in this cycle was leaving the things that I had the highest conviction for and selling during those events of times where things are just going bad. And then you're super regretful when the tide turns and the positive sentiment and the price appreciation starts to come hard, way out of left field. And you're like, what? I was holding this amount and I lost my bag. Okay. It's not like Remember sitting here doing nothing. Okay. I want you to look at something here. Let's take a look at the core tokens. Prime example right now. We'll take a look at 3 of them. Do we have ink on here? Let's add ink to this watch list. And we'll bring it up to the top. Let's look at the core tokens, okay? Let me put hex above this. So we're looking at Pulse, right? 24-hour volume is 4.4 million, all right? You're seeing here the live activity for buys and sells, down 2.85% in the red. Okay, cool. You go to PulseX, 2.4 million in volume. Look at the transactions, a little sporadic here and there. Go to Hex, 4.7 million in volume. The volume's picking up on the cores. Take a look. Now, it's not like consistent. It's like 2-3 minute gaps and whatnot. I go to Ink, 747,000. So Ink is not getting a lot of the volume as much as the Pulse and PulseX and Hex, right? Ink's just kind of chilling with low volume. 747,000 in a 24-hour period. That's not a lot. It's not a lot at all. But outside of a core token, no other tokens are doing this kind of volume here. 2.3 million in a 24-hour period, which is nothing for OG and Remember token, by the way. Just in the 5-minute window, 7.3 thousand. 7,300 in a 5-minute time frame. Let that sink in though, because the volume and how the bots operate are what brings the ROI to the table for the holders. Okay, so as you hold and as you sit in fear, as you have these doubts, without a shadow of a doubt, it's undeniable that the volume is there. And it's feeding Remember, and Vault is sitting there like a sitting duck, right? You just got to go hunt it down and get into your position with the OGWEBCHEF Community Vault. But the leading indicator to me is Remember token and how it's consistently right now below and above the 1% range. World's greatest PDI printer has been above 1%, religiously. They've kept it there. Remember at 1.65%, I can't complain even with the price because my strategy is buying daily, right? On top of any price depreciation, I'm still have the blessing and opportunity to compound, whether it's 0.5%, 1%, today it's 1.65%. back into that position and stack it for cheap. Okay, for cheap. When price appreciation kicks on, that's when the numbers start to really add up and make up for the hard times. PPO insurance, man. Patience pays off. You got to have PPO insurance. Patience pays off. Okay. I am living proof that that is the case, but my greatest success was Hex because of delayed gratifications and being stuck in stakes. You know, a lot of stakes that gave me a lot of success, and then stakes that went past the all-time high. I was getting them after, but I had been buying since the beginning, so it didn't matter. I was always up, plus even more on top of staking. But if there had not been staking, I wouldn't have made as much. I would have capitulated and sold at a double, sold it on a double, would have sold it on a double, would have sold it on a double, would have sold it on a double, right? Easily, I know myself. And I just make that mistake, even though I know better. I've made that mistake over and over. Doesn't matter who you are, you probably have too. Or you just buy and hold and you don't sell tops or bottoms. You just hold long term. There are people like that, right? Good for you. Congrats to you. But it's a luxury to be able to stack out of 1.65%, which is growing too. We've been watching it grow. And it's easy to speculate that when that percentage starts to go up, you know, Chef is doing some things in the background. Chef is working on the bot. Chef is, making adjustments. 3D Rekt's back there with his tokens and his part in the community vault, making things happen. But there's no reason at all for me to want to sell in the environment that we're in, where Pulsechain has been down ultimately. So yeah, of course, everything has been down too. But name another token that has this volume on Pulsechain. Name another token that's got a DApp built around it to support it, built for it, designed to earn with its position, 883.9 trillion. Remember V2 in the contract, it's going to earn yield and cycle it into the system. Okay. DeFi's coming, bro. It's coming hard. It's already on a few chains, really, busting nets out there. I'm just gonna say it. It's doing DeFi's popping right now. It's proof. I've showed you in a high risk, high reward environment like Bitness on Binance Smart Chain. I've showed you in a stable coin yield environment where you earn weekly in USDC on base with DexFi. I've showed you on Taurus, TitanX, build on TitanX, DeFi DApp starting to pop off and things are getting exciting. DApps are going to be the go-to place and get a lot of high volume. Pulsechain turns around for the best. We're going to see the vault being used. That's where the bread and butter is, where it's being used. People are going into it every day and diluting other players to get those players who want to keep up. And then they start to use it, and the loop really goes in hard, right? I don't have, outside of core tokens, right? I'm not bullish about anything other than, as hard as I am, as dedicated as I am, I'm not more bullish about anything else in the ecosystem as far as Pulsechain than OGWEBCHEF. But then it umbrellas outwards, right? So you got the vault, the 5 slots that we go over on and on and on and on. You're going to look back, okay? And I told you guys, if you guys have been watching me, who timed it that we were going to be at the bottom of the pits, at the bottom of the barrels in Pulsechain and the overall markets heading into late June, heading into early July. And that the markets will start to pick up. And the markets are picking up. Pulsechain's slightly delayed. It's a delay, okay? It will catch up. It will have its time. It's soon to start to have some big momentum. We see some big whales capitulating right now, especially in EHEX, right? Bringing the chain down, giving you good opportunities. But if you saw me make those predictions and you were there with me every day that I was saying it, hey, Pulsechain's going down, we're going to be here, and then heading into where we're at, the time frame has been pretty dead on. I believe, and I speculate that my time frame is going to be dead on as far as where money is going to go into. And it's going to be because OGWEBCHEF's vault and Remember printers are going to kickstart when Pulsechain reverses super hard. It's going to attract a lot of users that left. A lot of new users will come because of this dApp. But in addition to that, it's umbrellaed its efforts and has a team, a triple-headed monster here. You know, we got OG with 3D Rekt. We got them working with PTGC now. We don't know what's happening behind the scenes. We just know that something's brewing. In addition to that, Maria, okay? This founder, OGWEBCHEF, 3D Rekt, are working with the most successful founders of the entire blockchain of Pulse. Maria created the liquidity webs to support PDI, and then PTGC, okay? They're coming together for the greater good of the chain. They want these users to come together and support everything under all of their projects, which are going to be webbed between each other in support. So you are in a position right now that you are either in or haven't got in yet, but you don't even realize how big of an opportunity it is for you. Okay? So time frames are everything. Just like I said, where we would be at the end of June and early July, and how things are transitioning now. Just wait till August for DeFi and OGWEBCHEF's community vault and printer tokens. Where we will be because of the efforts and the continuous build tech behind this, right? And in addition to that, Pulsechain starting to make its move. So come here, links in the description, watch the tutorial videos, study slot 1, the strategy, slot 2, the unleashed ROI, slot 3, the printer yield loops, slot 4, buy pressure amplifier. And learn all about the ecosystem here. Study it. You got to learn. You got to do that research. But I think a lot of people, no matter how much I say, are going to say, well, I'll get in at, later. And they're really looking for this to bottom out and start to shoot up. They're more comfortable buying here, and even here than they are in this range here. Honest to God. That's just how the human brain works. They will follow a green candle, right? A lot of people all of a sudden are Chiefs fans, where I'm at. All of a sudden, you don't see as many Raiders and Cowboy fans. You see everyone wearing the winning Super Bowl winning champs jerseys. everyone's a Chiefs fan all of a sudden. And they waited for that green candle when they started winning. So don't wait for it to be a winner. Wait for that dynasty to be built. It's going to be a big dynasty, a DeFi dynasty, between OG. And let's go look at Maria's stuff. Teddy Bear, right? You got Fed token as part of that. There's a lot of moving parts here, and tokens are going to be webbed together in a way of supporting one another. Then ultimately support, even PDI, but Pulsechain, the price of Pulse, and everything else umbrellaed under Pulse and the core tokens. Maria has helped core tokens quite a bit in her web of liquidity. PTGC has burnt a lot, of core tokens and its own tokens. I'm just blown away by this opportunity here because a lot of people don't see it. You will, though. I promise that those that are ignoring the fact of they have all this good tech in front of them that's waiting to unleash, and their main reason of concern or leaving or capitulating is price performance when all of Pulsechain is down. I made those mistakes. Learn from me, bro. Learn from me. But also, I like the vault because I can go in and I get an untradeable asset that has no price chart, unleashed token, and it's delayed gratification, right? You're not going to sell unleashed. You're going to earn yield when things start to turn around. So when you go into this bad boy, you're investing in the ecosystem, and that the ecosystem you're speculating will thrive and have good times. and that's when your payout comes. But geez, man, 883.9 trillion, remember, 203.8 million gas money. It's right there in front of your face. Like slam dunked in front of your face. One of the biggest opportunities in all Pulsechain, where you're going to have a DApp. When this DApp pops off, bro, I'm telling you right now. And then 3D Rekt got his supporting cast tokens too. A lot of you sleeping on it. Check out World's Worst Pulse Printer. Check out Exploited. Check them all out. What's the other one? Oh, is it Conquered? Check out Conquered. People are asleep. Who's in the chat right now? What's up? Cheers, Duke of Booze. Remember, yes, of course. Yeah. It was impossible for Remember to thrive before with Pulse falling so hard. The devs, when things were flying, were always like, just wait till Pulse goes up. You got to wait for Pulse to go up for everything across the board in Pulse, right? And right now, I just want to narrow it down to the things I'm most excited about in Pulsechain. And I've always been excited about Maria's tokens and her web. That was most of my success on Pulse, PDI, and all that stuff. PTGC, same thing. Massive success with that token. All right. That was inspired by Maria. OGWEBCHEF Ecosystem has been around longer than PTGC, inspired by Maria. So really, it's just a bunch of successful founders and projects all working together for the greater good of the entire chain. And then you have the supporting cast tokens, as far as Remember Gas Money, at these lows, giving you 1% right now as far as Remember. Now, let me take a look at what gas is at right now. Even if it's not, I don't think it's 1%. But even at 0.5%, what is it at right now? Gas money, 0.65%. And crypto daily, that's crazy. Who in the hell thinks that's bad? It's good. You're getting that while it's dipping, by the way. Massive opportunity. Some will see it, some won't. You cannot convince people to, to make moves. I'm not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional. But I mean, it's all sitting right there on chain. So you have no excuse when the boat takes off, other than you just got fearful and you capitulated. My timing is this: end of July, early August is going to be the big payoff, which I'm glad gives me more time to get Remember. I'm buying Remember daily. I'm definitely in that position where I'm like, dude, I can't have enough. But whatever I end up with, could be a massive payoff, especially when you start to see Pulse take off, whenever that may be. Let's take a look at the price. Let's go back to Ethereum real quick and see what that's doing. Let's see. A little bit under 35 hundo. 3,479. Missed the beast 5% plus days. Members only, I got something for you. Can't say too much, but I'll just give you, what I'm doing when it comes to other assets in the OGWEBCHEF ecosystem. But first things first is that Remember. I got to get to that 100 million unleashed too. And then after I get to 100 million, I got to start going. I got to get to 100 million unleashed. And then when people start to actually come in, they'll dilute me. So I'll have to participate, but we should be printing. I should have my positions. And I can just, like clockwork, just go in and increase my position daily and keep up. That's the plan. That is the plan of attack. Did I just get word on a new DApp right now? Yeah, I'm seeing some information on a new DApp in Telegram. Exciting. Huh. I'm about to take a look at this. I love me some dApps. Interesting. Blue. Wow. I'll take a look at this. Maybe I'll bring it on camera. Let me see. Let me pull it up on another browser. Show it on camera. Damn! 50,000% API. What in the world? What the hell, bro? I need to take a look at this before I show that on camera. What in the world? Yeah, it's got a DApp that came across my... I'm telling you, man. I'm looking at a DApp that just came across my desk right now. Literally. Crazy APR. DeFi is coming back, man. When it hits on Pulsechain, it's going to be nasty. And I think that the person that's set there to take all that, those users that are looking for fun dApps or waiting for that, it's going to be OG. He's going to do it so big. He's going to do it so big, man. You're not going to know what hit you. You are not going to know what hit you. And I have that conviction and faith and belief in it. I'm the only influencer who talks about this as often as I do. Call me crazy. Holy smokes, we only got 7 likes. You know what that means? We only got 7 likes. We got 36 viewers on X, 19 on YouTube. All right, let me see how many. Only 2 likes and 1 retweet on X. Only 7 likes on YouTube. I'll see you in the members video. Not enough to keep streaming. For that reason, I'm out. Till next time. Yeah, dog.
I wake up in the morning, telegram in hand, on to our community, the coolest in the land. Cheese cream drops a joke, got me laughing loud. Then I start to scroll down through the daily crowd. Who's the OG printer, lighting up the zone? Is it Dama Beast or Sav on the throne? Or maybe it's Friday, Flexmas is here. Time to throw some gains and flex without fear. I toss out some questions, looking for the signs. Inside fix is ready, dropping out for lines. I keep on reading, can't look away. Those spicy emojis make my whole day. Then someone yells exit, get off Pulsechain, but I ride the waves through pleasure and pain. I live in a limbo of hope and despair, but we're all in this boat and I'm proud to be there. Yeah, I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game. I might end up wrecked, burned by the flame, but I'm with the best crew in this wild DeFi game.